All right, guys, so today we are talking about comparing decimals to the thousandths place. So if you look at page 22 in your workbook, we're going to go through an example together. So scientists collected and measured the lengths of different cockroach species. Which cockroach had the greatest length, the American or the Oriental? So we want to look at the American here and the Oriental. Okay, so we want to first start by, so you're going to scroll down a little bit to line up your decimal points. Okay, so we see that on the left side of the decimal, we have a 3 in the ones place for both of these numbers. Then we're going to look at the first digit where they are different. So we see a 5 and a 4 highlighted here in the tenths place. We're going to compare that 5 and 4 just as we would whole numbers. We see that this 5 here is greater than the 4. So that means that 5 tenths has a greater value than 4 tenths, proving that the Oriental is shorter than the American. American is longer than the Oriental. Okay, so all you're doing is comparing numbers just as you would, you're comparing these decimals just as you would whole numbers. All right, so we're going to go over to the next page and do a few more examples. So if you see here, another example, this is on the next page in your workbook. Order the cockroaches from least to greatest length. Write the numbers lining up the decimal points. Start at the left and compare values. Okay, so we're here at step 1. So they have already compared the digits for you. We already know that 3 and 432 thousandths is the least. We already found that out in our first example. So now we have to compare the two that have a 5 in the tenths place. Okay, we see here that the one on the top has a 7 in the hundredths place. The one on the bottom has an 8 in the hundredths place. Okay, so if you look over at step 3, the one with the 8 in the hundredths place is greater than the one with the 7. Okay, so these are ordered from least to greatest. All right, so what I want you to do is use these two examples that we went through, and I want you to work on the do you understand and do you know how on your own, and you'll come get that checked by us.